That shape on the screen today. Hey! Grab your friends, cause it's time to play. Hey! Spiky hair or a giant cape, tiny tail or a monster shape, squinty eyes in a mask so bright, hit the buzzer if you know it's right. Guess that shadow, call it out loud. Is it hero, sidekick, villain from the crowd? Yes, that shadow, point at the glow. If you think you've got it, shout it, let us know. Bendy ears on a mystery head, stretchy arms reaching off the edge, big round shoes on a jumping blur. Could be him, could be him, could be her. Guess that shadow.
There we go. Just stopped. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the silhouette game. We don't have Alpha showing quite properly yet. That's more because I'm sharing a bunch of stuff in Discord. And we got nobody showing up yet, so I'm going to send to a few people. See whether we can get some people in here. Don't need to send a medal. He's right
I'm
here.
here.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, so we have our... I don't need to send Alpha Proto. He's also here.
If you remember
Hello.
to put it in your updates channel and hit publish, it'll go to my server anyway.
Yeah, I think I already did that. Oh, no, I just did the general. Yeah.
Fizz is here. Hi, Fizz.
Hello.
Fizz.
The most
Shows.
expected person to show up, but, you know, sometimes he doesn't.
Two people I almost expect all the time at this point is Fitzchozo and Outcast.
Yeah. And then even though Joshua's ahead of him, Tim shows up more than Joshua does. He just doesn't get enough questions right.
Yeah, and he doesn't stay for the whole thing. He's not usually. He usually gets here late and leaves early. And Chris actually went up quite a bit last time around. He went up like 24 points. So, and Fitzchozo, well, is in second place here, but he would, because he didn't get quite enough points last week. He, for the overall number of points that gotten throughout the season, he's been bumped down to number 2. He was slightly above Outcast last week, but by 2 points. But because Outcast got a whole lot of points last week, he went down. They're separated by like 11 points, 12 points, something like that.
Outcast is really good at getting points.
Yeah. Here is, well, this is the, for the whole, well, not everybody that's participated at some point in this season. 9 players we've had at some point. It'd be neat if we could see those guys every week. And actually,
I did you a favor. I did share this in the Cult of Raven chat, so maybe Joshua will show up. I don't know.
yeah, I was sending him a direct link in a few weeks ago, and he said, I get the whatchamacallit, I get the notification.
YouTube video notifications, yeah.
So don't send it to me. Okay. I just do it just in case for some reason he doesn't see the YouTube notification in time. But, so, and here's the overall points for the whole season that people have gotten. Now, this, like these numbers don't reflect the points that they've actually spent throughout the season at this point. This is just how many points they've earned. So yeah, 13 points separates Fitzchozo and Outcast for full season, anyways.
Yeah, I am. Also, give a little preemptive. I did not pull what I did last time. There should be nothing in here that started the very last week of December in the decade. There's some things that are pretty close, but nothing that close that it might confuse you.
Yeah. Hey, all's fair in loving silhouettes. Or something like that. To turn a phrase. So, of course, we are waiting to the 15-minute mark. Just a reminder to the people that are here. What were the criteria for you picking characters for 80s manga anime?
The criteria is that they had to be from a manga or anime that had a title that debuted in that decade. So they could have been from a long-running series that was before the decade, as long as there was an original title, like a new storyline that debuted in that decade.
Yeah.
Now, I think, I'm trying to remember, we may have picked stuff where even the original version of the franchise all debuted in that decade. At least the majority are. I'm trying to remember everything we picked, but...
and I'm not sure whether these would both be from the same decade or not, or different decades. But Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z, they're two separate series, but they're...
No.
Okay.
That one,
really.
I think we've even talked about that too. Technically, Dragon Ball Z is an anime-only title. It's all still Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was like a Dragon Ball and just regular one named Dragon Ball anime.
Also,
In the anime, but
in Japan, Dragon Ball Z also
manga.
still started at the end of the 80s. So,
yeah,
it really wouldn't have made a difference here anyway.
yeah, and there. Well, I was just using that as an example as two different titles. I don't know what's what, so obviously why that I got you to help me. I was just using something that I thought.
The example would be this isn't in the 80s, but here's a popular one. Astro Boy is a very ongoing franchise, but then you have in the aughts another artist made Pluto, which is still technically an Astro Boy series. It also didn't have any new characters to it, but that would be a different title in the same franchise.
Okay. If it's just was telling me that they're the same series, you guys were already telling me. Like I said, fortunately or unfortunately, I don't.
Or every single Gundam is like a different series for the most part. So like if we had used Gundam, we could use the ones that started in the 80s, even though I think the original Gundam was like from the 70s.
yeah, 78.
And I forget whether we had decided before or whether we changed it or whatever. Is it strictly Japan stuff or is it Japan and America debuts? What?
It's all when it debuted in Japan, just the original date. Though, if you only know the localized name of a character, we will accept the localized name of a character, as long as you get the character correct.
Cool.
And no repeats from the first time.
Yeah,
As
well,
far as we know.
yeah. I don't think there's any repeats. Like, I guess you could have two different titles, like, for Gundam as you were using, but, one from 90s, one from 80s. But
I did, at least to my knowledge, also try to not pick characters that have showed up on the Silhouette game before, even for other types.
yeah, But of course, this is the first time we're doing strictly 80s manga anime. We have done, I think I
Oh, okay.
did, we did 90s earlier this season, and I think I might have done just a manga anime last season. So this is but I don't even think I repeated anything from last season where it would have been just the, whatchamacallit.
I did bring this up to Rick a couple times too. I was being kind of diligent that I personally was trying to use characters he hasn't used before, even under a different subject.
Yeah. Like we've done mechs, which probably would have definitely had some anime in it before. Maybe video games might have, or fighting games maybe. Trying to see. Can't even see whether I don't think I called it anime or manga. I'm not seeing that title in last season's, but hey.
And the other problem too is, personally, I think this is probably the easiest silhouette game that has ever been done, but that is from the perspective of a weeb. So even though I think most of these might be obvious, they might actually be pretty hard for a lot of people.
Well, I know they would be pretty hard for me, but I'm not much of a weeb. Have
Well,
I
it used to
seen?
be.
Have I seen a few animes? Yeah, I've actually started going back and been watching My Hero Academia. I started off from the third season, although I know I've seen it, but I want to get back. I want to watch the whole thing to see the whole thing.
There were so many of these while we were doing it. I was like, Rick, you got to watch this. You would like it. It's got your categories.
Yeah. Well, I like like I love like superheroes. That's one of my favorite. I like sci-fi, but like I even like
You also
comedies,
like action adventure and stuff like that too.
Yeah, like I like a wide variety of stuff. Cartoons. Like heck, I used to watch Gummy Bears, and like heck, even although I started watching, like I said,
That was animated really good though. No shame in that.
Yeah.
Although I've actually watched
the content of it, but like Gummy Bears was animated really well.
Yeah, that was the French Disney team.
I was gonna say something about. I've watched one episode of One Piece. It wasn't too bad. I would actually like to get into it. I'd like to do some reaction stuff for it. A few of these series. At some point, again, doing some reaction stuff. The only part with that is it's hard to do the editing. It takes so much time.
Yep, I agree. I avoid it when I have to. It's fun. Editing's fun, but it takes so long that it doesn't seem worth the return sometimes.
Yeah, especially when I'm not getting a lot of views. But then again, you got to stick with it, I think, to get a lot of reviews or whatever. Or a lot of watches and all that.
Well, yeah, 'cause you're kind of playing a lottery on whether people see your thing in the first place. So the more you do it, the more times you're playing the lottery. And then if one of them does pop off, a lot of those people might go back and watch the other ones, whether of their own volition or because they liked it, the algorithm just keeps putting it in their feed.
Yeah. So, I would like to do that, like I, on, what was it? Pluto? Not Pluto, Tubi. I clicked a lot of animes on that I wanted to watch, that I got to get around to. So it's 15 after. We only have Fitzchozo in the thing. But I know what I was gonna say too. You know, like I said, I started watching Battle of the Planets again. Of course, I really hate it. Seven's Arc 7, rewatching it, as I've said so many times. But even it, I found a little bit more boring, not as action oriented as I remember, but you know, I guess it was all right. You know, I'd still like to get through it eventually. But anyways, it is that time. It's quarter after, and this is the time that, you know, no matter what, we start to go through, depending whether we got no people here or 6 people, you know, 20 people here. Well, actually, if we had 20 people here before now, we would start sooner.
Yeah,
Yeah, we wouldn't have been stalling.
Yeah.
Would have explained the rules and what you get with the points.
Yeah. But even after that, if it wasn't quarter after, we would start. But
At one
anyway,
point in time, everybody was so used to TV scheduling, they moved their own schedule around what was on TV. You know, like, people are
Yeah.
just so spoiled these days.
yeah. Raul says he is here. Yeah. Well, the thing is, some of these shows that I do can be seen anytime, right? You know, like technically, you know, when I'm doing a Manga Monday, you can come and watch that show anytime. You just don't get to interact as easy with me or whoever's on the panel or in the chat. But, you know, for this, you don't have to be here live, but it helps if you want to try and get points.
What are you even enjoying from this show if you're not here live? You know?
Well, my boss would go through it a little bit, you know, and try and pause it, see whether he could get it before I'd actually tell him what it is if he didn't know it.
Yeah, I guess you could play like a personal game with it. That's still an option, but
Yeah, you just don't get the points, and you know, don't get to cash them in for anything. Anyways, on to round 1. Any words to say for round 1?
For the next battle.
no, this should be the most obvious thing in the world. So
I forgot to take out the silhouette game part.
I know this.
I would hope.
Raul's asking what's the topic for today? 80s anime / manga or manga / anime.
It's in the title of the video.
Yeah, that too. We do have an answer from Fitzchozo. So we're just going to see whether Raul makes a guess. Fitzchozo is guessing Bulma. I pronounced that wrong, I know.
No, that was pretty much how you're supposed to pronounce the name. Yeah.
Okay. Raul says, okay. Well, Raul, you can either take Fitzchozo's answer or you can put something else entirely. It is up to you, or not guess at all.
What if his guess is okay?
He says no idea.
What? You give up so easy.
Well, like I said, you could always take a copy of Fitzchozo's guess. He could be right. He could be wrong. If he's right, you get points. If he's wrong, you don't get no points. But if you're not guessing, you don't get any points anyway. So what's the matter?
Yeah, honestly, Number one is always such a layup that if somebody else's guesses, you might as well take their answer because they're probably right.
Fitzjoseph says you have to be sarcastic to say you have no idea. Well, no, not necessarily. Assuming you are correct, Fitzjoseph, I would look at this myself and I would have no idea who this character is. And that's because I'm not really into manga and anime. Have I watched some, as I said earlier? Yeah, but, you know.
Yeah, Rick would probably say this for like all of the easy ones too, so.
Yeah. You know, so anyways, yes, that is correct, Bulma.
You didn't
Just a lot of
Alpha guess.
costumes.
I mean,
Yeah, you didn't let me guess. But I knew.
Sir.
She switches clothes every like story arc and hairstyles.
yeah, but this is the original appearance of her when she first meets Goku, so. Aside from, like, I guess when she's on Namek, that outfit, this is probably her most iconic look.
I think some interpretations call her Bloomer.
Yeah, well, that's what her name is kind of supposed to be. Her name is Buroma Buriths. All of her families are named after, like, underwear.
Actually, she doesn't have a last name.
Well, Dr. Briefs. So I guess it could be his
Dr.
first
Brief's name is
Everybody
Dr.
just
Briefs.
assumes it's his last name.
Yeah. I think they had Videl say, "Oh, you're from the place where they have a last name." Or that might have been a Dr. Slump like moment though. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. But whether she has a last name or not, she's from the Briefs family, even if it's just called that because of her dad's first name.
Well, I guess then you could say round one was brief. Let's see whether round two is a bit brief. So here we go, round two. Do you know this one again, Alpha?
I think so. Oh yeah, I definitely know this. This is one of my favorite manga. Because it's-
Fitzjoseph
I don't
says
know.
lingerie. He said
didn't get that far in
lingerie.
it. Huh?
He had said lingerie family pertaining to the last character.
To Bulma, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
And now he says Rima.
I'm pretty sure that says Ranma.
Rima. Potato.
We're gonna get this a lot with the Japanese names today.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Raul, we encourage around here copying.
Answer stealing.
Because I know back when Dillard did Scribbattle, one person that I'd copy off of a lot of was Alpha.
I knew it.
There was a couple other people too, but yeah, I noticed Alpha usually knew them. He got them in fairly fast, so it was just copying his and or typing his.
Alpha must live on like rollback netcode or something. I swear his answers were time traveling.
Oh no! I double speed the stream, and then it stops at the end and starts playing normal. So I'm like really up to date.
I just don't know how you do that with a live feed. Do it on double speed.
Usually on YouTube, it's about 5 seconds behind when you first log in to a stream.
Yeah.
So you double speed it, and then it'll catch up. And it'll probably rebuff, but it'll only rebuff for like 2 seconds.
I don't even do that intentionally. I was probably already like watching a video on 2x speed, so the YouTube was set to that, and then it'll hop on a stream and I'll forget that it was on that.
Yeah, I've watched streams and responded, and I'm like 15 minutes behind.
Raul says Rama and says, I figured it out. Well, we didn't switch it on you. It is Ranma.
Yeah.
Very interesting series. It's one of those very PG-13 series because of
My
the
absolute favorite series.
nudity. I always wanted to watch that show with my family. I always watch everything with my family, but there's so many boobs popping out that I was so embarrassed to watch the show.
It's funny. I was never embarrassed to watch you show it.
Well, you know, I got the manga though. With manga, nobody can actually see you reading it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they didn't get that. Nobody got that one half right. So, and I guess nobody can really get any of these half right. So, on to this one. Round 3.
And this time, Rick, remember to ask Alpha before you reveal.
Oh, yeah, I did it again.
Uh-oh. Okay, this one might have... It's going to take a second or two. This round 3. This reminds me of so many characters, though.
Well, it must be stumping everybody a little bit because Fitzchozo isn't putting it in as fast for this one as he has for the first 2. Maybe it's just.
And
the
Rick went through
silhouette.
so much trouble carving this silhouette out, too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I got it. Man, I can't believe I was thinking it was that.
Raul
got it
Raul is guessing Spike.
See, the long coats.
From Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah.
That's like a decade later.
Oh, yeah, that is the 90s. Does he get a reroll, or is he stuck with that answer because he got it wrong?
You know, one guess.
Just one guess.
Oh, there you go.
One guess per
Hey,
round.
it's better than not guessing.
Yeah. You certainly got the sound effects this week.
Oh, yeah, I actually paid for it for a month because I was like, I really want to spice up the show. So I decided to get more sound effects.
Fitzgerald says he's not even bothering. Okay, so
Ooh.
who were you thinking it was, Alpha?
Okay, at first I was stuck. I was like, what is this character? And I was like, okay, I think it's Bean, Riding Bean from Riding Bean. I was like, no, it's not that. Look at the hair. His hair's not like that. Plus, look at the ankle. It's too skinny. And so I thought a little more, and I was like, oh, it's the Major. I remember this piece of art. So I think it's the Major.
Oh, Major who?
It is.
Makoto Kusanagi?
Well,
Yeah.
that was a
Yeah,
major.
it is.
That was a major right answer.
Major Motoko Kusanagi.
The hint would have been for this. I drew this a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's why I remembered it all of a sudden.
I think a lot of people only associate Ghost in the Shell with the 90s, but it started in like 87 as like a manga.
No wonder it's so good. That's like the perfect place. Like 85 to 95 was like, for me, that's like the golden age of anime and manga. That's a millennial, I guess.
Well, I think round 3 was a major disappointment for some people. Hopefully, it won't. Round 4 won't be quite as major of a disappointment.
I know this.
I think that the first time in a
Oh, wait,
long
it might be a trick.
well, it's not well, it's not meant to be a trick on my end. I
Well,
don't
it's
think
number 4. It
Meadows.
shouldn't be a trick.
Yeah.
No, we're still in what I considered layup territory. So, if you think you know it, you probably know it.
Yeah, it's
There are other characters with this silhouette, though, you know? Maybe even from the same series, you know?
but good try, Raul. We have Fitzchoso guessing Ken from Fist of the North Star.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
But it's been a while since nobody's gotten points for like in the first 5 rounds for one of the rounds.
Just not weebs.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like I said, I ordered this based on being like a weeb and also like my friends in school and then the adjacent people who weren't weebs next to us and what I thought they would or wouldn't have known. But it could go in any direction for any individual person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know like Ghost in the Shell is definitely a major thing. I've heard of it, you know, like I haven't seen it, so
Well, that's a movie.
yeah.
She
But
looks totally different in the movies.
yeah, but I've seen the well, I've heard of the movie, I have heard of the manga, well, the manga or the slash anime. So, you know, but like I said, I haven't read it or seen it, you know, so I have heard of it quite a bit. Anyway, so we have Raul guessing Ken as well. Who do you believe this would be, Alpha?
Well, at first I thought it was Rao from Fist of the North Star. Hokuto no Shinkin, or... But then I was like, okay, this is number 4, so I'll say it's Kenshiro.
Well, you're definitely right. It's Ken, but no Barbie.
Yep. Kenshiro from Hokuto no Ken.
Mm-hmm.
The titular character whose name is a play on words for fist.
Yep. I learned that from Street Fighter. Because they're always throwing Hadokens. Most attacks end in the word kin.
Because Ken means like, basically
Punch
means to
and
strike,
fist.
right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like a kick is also a Ken, even though it doesn't use your fist.
Oh. I didn't know
It's
that.
because Japanese is a very contextual language.
So it is strike more than anything.
Yeah. It's it even when it says like fist, it kind of means the closed hand. But they recognize like 3 or 4 different types of fists, including an open fist.
So we followed the start of round 4. Let's follow it to round 5 and see what happens. Any clue for this one? If it's not if it's Jozo, of course, too, but Alpha.
I
Listen,
can't
if you
really give a
cannot
clue.
tell from that sword alone.
I know who it is. But...
Yeah, well, that's what I meant by clue. Do you have a clue who it is?
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
you.
I have a sinking suspicion I know who this is.
Fitzchoso has already put his answer in the chat saying guts.
Any other answers?
Not yet. We're just waiting on Raul at this point. to see whether he wants to try and get some points. See whether he's going to agree with Fitzchozo or go off on his own.
Hmm.
And he ends up agreeing with Fitzchozo. So they both have put their answer in the chat. Alpha, who is this character? Do you have the guts to answer?
Yeah, I believe I do. I believe it's Guts from Berserk.
Yes, everybody seemed to have the guts this round.
We would have
First
also
encounter-
accepted the Black Swordsman, the Struggler, the Berserker, the Branded Swordsman, or the 100-Man Slayer.
Ooh. First encountered this character from the Dreamcast game when I rented it. Sorta the Berserk, so I actually thought the series was called Sorta the Berserk.
Okay. And I didn't even know that we would have accepted all those answers.
That's why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all official names and titles of him throughout the series that he has called on multiple occasions.
Ah, okay. Well,
Watched, I rented the anime from Blockbuster, the 90s one, and it wasn't that bad. It was pretty tame to me. But then I went when Walden Bookstore was closing down at the mall, I saw it shrink wrapped and had a big sticker on to say 18 plus, and I'm like, well, I've seen violence and blood and stuff before, but it's way worse than the anime shows. It's
oh yeah, it's
the content is
fantasy.
really bad. It's
Like
depressing.
grim dark fantasy.
Yeah, that was the thing. I was like, ugh, it's like an anatomy book in here, and there's idolatry, really graphic idolatry.
Huh.
It threw me. I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting to see this. I thought I was going to see some violence and read some bad words, but ugh. It's like,
Hell literally takes over the entire world.
well,
yeah,
well, everybody here
he
was
still doesn't believe in God.
Everything was a cut. Everybody was a cut above here. Let's see whether they have the guts to get the answers in round 6.
Ooh, okay.
This is where they're no longer layups.
I think I know who it is, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I got the year right, so I can't.
I think I'm gonna know who this is. I forgot to write the answer in with this one, but I think I remember the name.
It's another good reason why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I even went back and I'm like, Rick, make sure you're writing the names. And he went back and wrote the names for several of them. So it's surprising that he still might have missed one.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed it though.
Yeah, this is tough.
Fitzgerald says, I don't know, so I give up.
Ooh.
Does that mean Raul will give up too?
If he doesn't have an answer to steal from.
Yep, pretty much.
Raul does bring an answer of his own to the chat. I know Fitzjoseph, you've given up, but Raul has a answer. So, do you want to continue to give up, or do you want to snag his answer
Copy.
in case he's right? Maybe you'll get some points. Again, if you don't, or you might be wrong. You might be wrong too. But if he's wrong, you get no points. If he's right, you get points.
I have a guess. I'm not 100%. That's what I'm saying,
Fitzjoseph says, nope, I'm not going to take it. Okay. Okay, so,
Alpha.
Alpha. What would be your
Yeah.
guess for this character?
Well, the hat kind of gives me a guess, but I don't know if other characters wear this hat. But just one character comes to mind, and that's Robert E.O. Speedwagon.
Oh, even getting his first name in there.
Yeah, so you sped to the right answer. This is Speedwagon.
Ooh.
Who,
Okay.
who, aside from a JoJo and maybe Dio the villain, is probably the most popular fan favorite character in the franchise.
So Raul
Maybe the
gets,
name.
Everybody loves Speedwagon.
So Raul gets first place there.
Cool. Wait, he answered that?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got
he's a Speedwagon.
Oh, cool. He watches JoJo then.
Yeah, he didn't have to steal. He knew the answer on his own.
Okay, so let's speed out of round 6 and into round 7.
Okay. What year is this again?
80s.
80s.
Ooh, I think I know who some people might say, but
This character is popular enough that they've gotten several OVAs and redos across the decades.
I usually like it when I could just see it and know what it is and not have to like decipher it
Yeah.
against other things.
if it's Joseph,
Because
so
the first
no
thing I thought
idea.
of was a 90s anime.
Well, if it helps, the first adaptation wasn't until the 90s. Of course, the same thing could have been said about Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so the manga itself was in the 80s, the anime was in the 90s. We do have a guest from Raul saying Batwingus. Batwings. And Fitzchozo is doing no guess. No idea. So any ideas who you think this might be, Alpha?
Well, like I said, the first thing I thought of was something anime that I saw from the 90s, and this is the 80s. So I'm like, I'm out of time, so I'm just gonna say I thought it was Birdie the Mighty.
Well, guess
You're
what?
correct.
Whoa!
It is
What?
Birdie the Mighty, whose manga is from the 80s.
Wow! It's from the 80s?
You really
Yeah.
picked that one, right?
Wow. Okay. Wow. I learned about that anime interviewing one of the voice actors at a convention back in 2011 or 12. I was actually interviewing 2 voice actors, and because I was from a message board and I was friends with one of them. She went by Toplika. She's been in a few dubs. She was in Sergeant Frog, and he was the boy from Birdie the Mighty that
Oh, yeah,
encountered
yeah.
her. I forgot what his
And
name
for
was. I think
people
it has an A in it.
who don't know the general plot, Birdie is a space police officer who chases some criminals in an investigation to Earth, but in her first encounter ends up killing a high school boy. But she can revive him. They just need to share a form for like the rest of her mission while he regenerates. So basically, he goes and lives his daily life, but then Shazams and lets Birdie out when she needs to do her work.
Shazam, well, I know it's not quite the same too, because you said that for the other character it's like water, so it's almost a little bit like Rama. ramen? One half?
Sort of. I would say it's in some ways it's actually closer to Firestorm than anything. Even though Firestorm, it's two people coming together to make someone.
Yeah.
But she has a completely different personality than the base person.
Yeah. Fitzgerald says, as every Japanese guy's fantasy in the 80s was to be a hot girl.
No, what? Huh? What? No,
I
what?
don't think.
He puts like a question mark.
No, it wasn't.
No.
We're just trying to fit hot girls into boy stories.
Yeah. However they could.
Yep. But yeah, Micah Soul saw. I interviewed him and I asked him what his favorite animated he worked on was, and he said it was Birdie the Mighty.
It's great. It's great Japanese superhero stuff.
And I watched it, but I ended up watching the first episode. The animation didn't impress me that much at the time, but I'll probably give it another shot. I just didn't know it was
It's had a
from the
couple
80s.
adaptations.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah.
must be pretty popular.
Well,
Can't believe I got that.
only the co-host sort of pecked the right answer. Let's see whether anybody around 8 can peck the right answer.
I got a guess, but I don't know if it'll be right. The cape is kind of throwing off my confidence in my answer. But I have an answer.
Well, that's good that you have an answer. Better than not having an answer.
It may be a wrong answer though.
Yeah, but
Wrong answers are still fun.
Yeah. Hey, look at the last one. You thought you had the wrong answer, and it was the right answer.
Yeah, I even double checked on the year and everything. I didn't know it had so many adaptations.
Although the last one, I was thinking after I popped it up and was looking at it, I thought it looked like it could have been a Sailor Moon character too.
I didn't see a skirt. I just saw a lot of hair.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess the hair is what made me think could be a Sailor Moon character.
That was another one you had to clean up a lot because we couldn't find like a standalone image of
Yeah,
the original version of Birdie that was good.
yeah. They weren't too hard. I did them this morning when I got up, cleaned them up, put them in. That and the major.
Yeah, my issue is like I was finding tons of images of Birdie from like the manga, but as is very, very common with manga, there's a lot of times you just don't ever get a character except from like the knees up because of,
Yeah,
like,
they don't
panel
draw 'em.
structure.
Yeah,
A full
and,
body.
And a lot of times too, even the ones from the knees up are in another image, in with an image. So no matter what, you got to cut it out.
Yeah.
We have 2 answers in the chat. We have an answer from Fitzchozo saying Captain Harlock, and then and Raul guessing Satama from One Punch. So
Well, both of those guesses. Yeah,
well, one sec.
Captain
one
Hawk
sec.
did have an adaptation in the 80s. I was gonna say both of those guesses are from the wrong decade.
Well, I was gonna say, Alpha. Any idea from your end who this might be?
Okay. Yeah. The cape threw me off for a second, but then I looked at the crest on the head. So I'm guessing. What are those shoulder pads? What? I'm guessing that it's Kaniku Man. Muscles.
Okay.
Final answer.
And that You have muscled to the right answer. Muscled in.
Woo! Did it again.
It
you-
is the Muscle Man.
So I guess Captain Harlock was wrong. That's not an alternate name.
No, Captain Harlock is a completely different character. Harlock ran originally from 77 to 79, though there was an adaptation in like the 80s. So like at first I was gonna say that was a bad guess, but it's like no. There could have been a version of Captain Harlock we would have thrown in there, but
Yep, Cape.
and
America
St.
got
Thomas
the
from
muscle
2010.
toys, but they didn't get the animated series. You know, they were like the things that you top on like pencils as erasers that you would get in gashapons.
Yeah, in fact, we didn't even get a localization of the series, I think, until after Kinnikuman Legacy, Ultimate Muscle.
Ultimate Muscle with Kid Muscle.
Yeah, Kid Muscle's fun, though. I actually kind of like him
was
as a
really
character
silly.
more.
Better design.
Yeah. Especially with that tuft of hair.
I liked all the. I don't know if the adaptation made all the name references to wrestlers and stuff like Kevin Mask. Sounds like Kevin Nash.
I think that is mostly the localization, but a lot of the original had references to like Japanese wrestlers, so I'll count it as a fair localization by making references to local wrestlers.
I don't know if they Terry. One of them was Terry. It was based on Terry Funk. It was really popular in Japan.
Yeah.
Terry Man, I guess they called him. I'm just guessing the name.
Well, apparently only Alpha was able to muscle in on round 8. Let's see.
That's another
whether-
one Rick needs to watch.
Uh,
He would
let's-
like that.
Let's see if people can lift up with their muscles, brain muscles. Round 9.
Ooh. This is round 9. And that is a clear silhouette. And something comes to mind. I just never watched it. Or I'll have to. Let me check.
And I wouldn't say everybody knows that One Punch Man is from the 2010s. Till the fact that I heard
Superman.
that it only had one. Well, I'm thinking the anime myself personally, but it was a manga first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the manga was a web comic manga,
you know,
Yeah.
like. But
original one.
you know, when I heard people talking about it, I didn't know when it was from. So somebody could have told me it was from the 80s and just not be one that I saw in the 80s. So
Yeah, and I think it's
Okay,
becoming more
I know.
common, especially if you're older, right? Because you're kind of just used to like sometimes something doesn't get an adaptation till like a decade or two later. But more recently, things are pretty close now, unless that's getting a readaptation from something older.
yeah. Well, people are definitely having to start to think for these later rounds. Is it going as simply as you thought it would, Metal, for these rounds?
Well, your audience isn't like super full of weebs, and I think I said while we were doing this, the only person I was sure would get most of these was Alpha, and I mean, so far he has gotten most of these, even if it was like an unconfident guess.
We do have a guess from Fitzchozo saying Pegasus.
That's not a bad guess at all. At least we're in the right decade this time, yeah.
Well,
Good point.
with Captain Harlock, it was Raoul with Saitama that he wasn't exactly the right decade. But, hey, at least it was a guess. It was a try. He wasn't sure, you know.
Yeah. Props to him for even putting an answer down. when
Yeah.
it came to Saitama.
You know, like I try and encourage everybody to guess every round, even snag a guess, you know, from somebody else, even if you're not sure whether theirs is right. Because at least you get, if they're right, you get points. If not, you're no worse off because you were getting no points anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Is Raul here to make a guess?
Mm.
Okay, I think I'm going to have to do that counter.
I was hoping that at least Outcast would have showed up because I think he should have gotten like maybe half of these, if not more.
Mm.
Outcast seems to know at least enough about like manga and anime.
There we go. It didn't want to work right. The countdown. Counter.
Mm.
And there we go. So, unless he gets it in the next couple seconds. But, so with Fitzchoso only guessing, only one being guessing and saying Pegasus, I know what name I have here is Pegasus Cinnamon or, you know, some other, you know, nickname or whatever that I don't know about for this character.
No.
Metal.
Huh?
No,
What?
no, this character only has one name.
Okay. So before we actually say that, unfortunately, that means Fitzjozo is off. What about you, Alpha? Do you have a idea who this might be?
Yeah, I have an idea of. Well, I have a guess, but I don't know about the years and all that stuff, or if it was a manga or not. But I think it's the hero Dai from Dragon Quest. I mean, Dragon Warrior. Wait, Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior.
They're the
Yeah,
same franchise.
Well,
Yeah,
Dragon
okay,
Warrior's
well-
the
okay.
English localization.
Well, you
Yeah,
want to know,
I mean-
Alpha? If you were in the chat, you would not have died with that answer.
Ooh, I got it.
Yes, it is Dai from Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai.
So that was in '89. I mean, the '80s in general.
Yep. The characters were designed by Toriyama, but the manga had a different writing and artist team than the main Dragon Quest franchise.
Hmm.
Which was otherwise just a video game. It was the first manga form of Dragon Quest, so they made an original story for it.
Yeah, they kind of took away the Toriyama art style right there.
Which is funny because when they've done like recent video game adaptations of it, because it's only gotten recent adaptations, they kind of bring back the Toriyama art style to make it look like the rest of Dragon Quest.
Oh, well, round
Which
9.
I don't think is fair to the artists of the manga.
Well, I'm always happy to see Toriyama's style because it sold me on things I wouldn't have any other interest in. It's like, oh, it looks
Yeah.
like Dragon Ball. I played Toe Ball #1 because I was like, ooh, that looks like Dragon Ball.
Well, round 9 dies, and round 10 lives.
Oh, everything's starting to make sense now.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just with some answers, like I do have the answers that you gave me, and then I know you said some of these have alternate answers, if we will. But so I just figured before I say no, before I said no, wrong answer, I figured I would.
Yeah, yeah, you'd make sure with me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I am looking at the chat though. If you did not know, I would have be like, wait.
yeah. Fitzgerald says definitely don't know this one.
That's funny, actually.
Yeah. Indeed.
And I'm gonna assume Raul's not here now. Because he wasn't here for the last one. Now, if he wants to pipe in an answer, pipe up and say that he's here, let me know. Otherwise, we will go on to this. Since Fitzjoseph's saying he doesn't know, I'll ask Alpha whether he thinks he knows.
I do believe I have a guess, but I'm not 100%. So I'll just say, I think that it's Pegasus from Saint Seiya, Knights of the Zodiac.
And is that correct, Metal?
It is. It is Pegasus Seiya from Saint Seiya, Knights of the Zodiac.
Yeah, and as you said, that's funny because
That's what he guessed
Fitzgerald.
the previous round.
Yeah, he guesses
Mhm.
Pegasus in the previous round and doesn't get it
Yeah,
this
that's what
round.
gave me the name. Yep. Threw me off. I think he was talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pegasus, I guess.
No, I mean, Dai's haircut from certain angles, I could see you thinking it was Pegasus. That's why I thought that was still a pretty good guess.
Yeah, I focused on the sword with Dai.
Yeah.
The hair kind of reminded me of a Dragon Ball character, and I was like, no, that's not Dragon Ball.
Well, I know it's not exactly proper, but since we got our wings, let's take flight out of round 10 into round 11.
Yeah, Saint Seiya is
Ooh.
another really fun one if you're into like superheroics and stuff, because they're basically just like a Sentai team.
I never really like every time I encounter an anime fan from like Mexico or South America, they're always asking me if I'm into it, and I'm like, I didn't learn about it until it was on Cartoon Network called Knights of the Zodiac, dubbed by 80's
Yeah.
Film, and had flock of seagulls singing "Runaway" or something. That's the intro.
Very
Okay.
weird choice for an intro too.
Fitzgerald
Also,
says
I was introduced.
Go ahead.
I was introduced to Ronin Warriors first, so they kind of look
love
like a
Ronin
knockoff to
Warriors.
me. But Saint Seiya is from like a decade before, or at least 5 years. I don't know. Ronin Warriors is like 89 into 94.
Fitzjoseph says, I never actually saw Saint Seiya.
What? But you gave that answer of Pegasus.
Oh, he's probably just looking up like 80s characters, and they look similar enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're
But Ronin Warriors is getting a follow up.
Yeah,
by Sunrise. Yeah.
That like, okay, when you're a young kid in the 90s who doesn't really have any money and he just watches any anime he sees on TV, that show was like my favorite show. It actually
That show
made me
was so
cry
cool.
at the end because I'd never encountered a show that ended. I didn't know anime had endings.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's it? It's over? And I was like, I want more. I want more. And I started crying. My mom was like, don't worry, shows always come back. And then I was at a Suncoast video in like 2004. And then I saw the OVAs got dubbed and they were on DVD. And I was like, she was right. It came back.
Fitzgerald says, there's no way I know this character. So I guess we're getting into. So
Yeah,
hard
Alpha, you
one.
know this character.
Do you, Alpha?
Oh dear.
Who do you think this character
Oh yeah, I know who
is?
this is. What? Any other answers?
I don't think
We think
Raul's
Fizz
here.
is the only one here.
Oh man. Well, I have a
Okay.
guess. I believe this is an angel.
Oh, wait. We do have an answer. Just now.
From who?
Joseph Louis Playa. In other words, Outcast.
Oh, I thought it was some kind of new lurker or something. What was the answer?
He says, Gachan.
Ooh. Any other answers?
No, Fitzjoseph's not guessing. He says there's no way that he knows this character. So
Oh man. Oh, anyway, I guess I'll say, yeah, I agree. I believe it's Gachan from Dr. Slump, the angel that appeared, and Arale named it by mixing the names Gamera and Godzilla. I mean Gojira. He came up with Gachan.
okay. And Joseph Louis Pelo says it's me, Outcast.
Are you sure that's not
Oh.
Jose Luis?
Jesus, yeah, Jesus Luis. I should know that.
Jose.
Jose Luis Pelo. Anyways, yeah, gotcha. The right answers there.
Uh-huh. I have the first few volumes of Dr. Slump. They're pretty funny. It's, the first like 3 are like hilarious. There's
Oh,
just
yeah.
a bunch of awkward things that happen that are just really funny. It's not adventurous or anything. It's just trying to explain Arale, and it's funny situations. It's kind of
Well-
stuff Dragon Ball started with. They got rid of because of, I don't know.
Even though it's all still the same world. Like, the reason there are dinosaurs in the Dragon Ball world is because Arale time traveled and headbutted the asteroid that was supposed to wipe out the dinosaur.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That explains
So-
everything.
So
That was a Jurassic
Outcast,
Park situation.
so Outcast is here for the last 5 things. Let's see how well he does with the last 5. So
Hardest
since he gotcha his 11 one, let's see whether he can gotcha the 12.
Yeah, these ones are actually going to be like the hardest ones too.
Mm,
Not just in like American obscurity, maybe, but also like the silhouettes we chose.
Hey, why not? If you can choose a hard silhouette for the harder ones to make it a little bit harder, that's part of the fun,
Oh, yeah,
right?
okay, I got my first guess. Actually, my first guess was Fist of the North Star character, but there's already been Fist of the North Star. So I'm gonna have to go with my second guess.
Okay, so now I guess we're waiting for Outcast and Fitzjoso. I wonder whether Jose Luis will switch over to his Outcast thing. And he is saying Griffith.
The thing is, we've also already had a Berserk character.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I guess Griffith is from.
Yeah, Griffith is from Berserk.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, coming in late, he doesn't
He doesn't know what we've had.
Yeah. Fitzjoso says
Ooh.
he's not answering. So with that, although we basically told Outcast he's wrong. What would be your guess, Alpha?
Well, my first guess was one of Kenshiro's brother, the dude who like stole Yuria and stuff. But I was like, wait, no, we already did Fist of the North Star. I think it was Shin. I think his name was. I thought it was Shin. But then I
Okay.
thought about it. I was like, no. that hair, that's really heavy metal hair. It might be another character. So I think it's the protagonist. I don't want to say the name of the manga because it's kind of PG-13, what I think it is. But I think that it's Dark Schneider. Seo Jin turns into Dark Schneider.
Well, you want to know something? That is the light answer.
Light?
It is in
I'm
fact
confused.
Dark Schneider.
All right, those shoulder pads and the hair.
Tim says He-Man. He-Man is not a manga or anime, Tim.
Right, and he doesn't wear a cape.
Well, there are some that he does.
Yeah, he has.
It's more of a King Grayskull thing.
So
But
nobody
I'm a
got...
casual. That's a funny
See,
manga
this
too.
is a manga that Tim would have liked a lot because
Yeah.
I will say the name. So if you have sensitive ears, cover them right now. It is Bastard, a heavy metal dark fantasy.
Yeah, and there's lots of like exploitation of women that make it really fun.
Yeah, but in the manga, that's like mostly off panel. Though the adaptations have decided, no, we're going to bring that on screen.
Well, that's like it titillates you a little bit, but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
that keeps the 15-year-olds coming back.
I love the prince. He's like, you can't do that. This is a shonen manga. Like it's so silly at times, despite how like dark this.
Oh yeah, isn't he
series is.
naked most of the time too?
Oh yeah, he fights naked all the time.
Yeah, see, that's wild stuff. Sounds like seinen.
Yeah, no, but it was shonen. They were always skirting the line, and anything that they knew they couldn't do, they would turn it into a joke instead. And a lot of stuff was off panel.
Yeah, I have the first I think I might just have one volume of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen the anime though.
Tim
It threw me
says,
off
look,
because
Netflix has one
year.
now.
it was 88. It's a
Yep.
manga, and I was like thinking of the anime, and I was like, no, I saw that in the 90s.
Tim says the live action version of He-Man had a cape. Yeah. Outcast says, hi, Tim. Number 3. Melvin, number 3 reviews going up today. And then Tim says, Outcast, hope you enjoyed it. Outcast says, I did. What's the channel again? Asked Tim. And then Outcast says, Outcast Comics. So...
I guess that's the commercial for the episode.
Tim says, just subscribe to the channel. Fitzgerald says, nowadays, Shogun means nothing. Frank and Fran is a Shogun mana with content
sure about
on
that?
par with Preacher by Garth Ennis.
Are you sure?
That's
that it's
Outcast.
shonen?
Wow.
Well, I mean, it really just means who the target audience is, but it always really just depends, and I've said this several times, on the actual magazine. Now, the thing with Bastard was it was skirting the lines for its magazine specifically, and that's why it was doing it. But different magazines have different regulations from themselves, mostly because they don't baby kids over there. They kind of let parents be parents.
Tim says, that's Outcast? Wow, he didn't realize Jose Luis Pelo was Outcast. Well, I guess most people wouldn't. I knew because, I've seen his name before, with
I didn't know he was Hispanic.
with doing emails. Anyways, round 13. Maybe it's not going to be so dark.
Yeah, this one.
I don't know.
I remember seeing the silhouette for this one. Like, this is great. Nobody's gonna get this.
Ooh, boy. Okay, this is 1980s. That's a hint right there.
It's the only hint.
Okay. Huh. Honestly, the more I look at it, the more abstract it gets, and I'm starting to question what I'm even looking at.
Yeah.
If only Outcast was here earlier, because everything like up to number 7-ish or whatever was like just a straight up layup. Would have just been free points.
Yeah, I look at this. I know if I remember right how it looks, and then I'm not sure whether I'm looking at it the right way.
Yeah.
Tim says, so the review of Melvin 3 will be on Outcast, and then Outcast says yes. Yeah, and tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon probably, I am going to put up my spike top, spike gore combination. Fitzchozo says, once again, no idea.
Ooh, wrong year.
Yeah, I actually don't know if we've ever had a localized adaptation of this series in like animated form. The mangas have come here, right? But I don't know if we've ever gotten a localization of any of the adaptations.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people would be interested, but I could be wrong about that.
Dude, you'd be surprised on how popular that genre is.
Oh, these hints. Oh, you're expanding my mind.
Tim, Outcast, any thoughts, ideas, guesses?
Rick, you may not believe this, but when it comes to like race for boys, this is the most popular genre.
All right, I think I got a guess that makes a little bit more sense than my first.
Guess I could believe that, especially in Japan. No, not maybe over here. It's hard to say.
Well, especially over here because of the specific topic, but internationally, it would be really popular.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if I'm
Is this
correct,
what, edgy? No.
Ooh, whoa, hey.
Outcast, Tim, are you making a guess? Are you doing research? Let me know. You gotta let me know what's going on, so I know whether to
Pop that timer on.
yeah. Is that whales? What's that supposed to be? That sound?
Supposed to be creepy, eerie, scratchy, violin-y.
Jose.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna get this. There's.
Jose says, "I know it's basketball or baseball."
He says baseball. I can see that kind of almost looks like somebody's about to throw a pitch, doesn't it?
Yeah. A few different things like this. It looks like
I'm losing confidence now.
Fizz has a guess.
Oh yeah, he does.
And he guesses Tsubasa.
And then Vince went from having no guess to having a guess.
I guess the
maybe all of our
conversation
hints helped.
kind of leaned it.
Outcast says, I'm trying to find his name. I don't think Tim is here anymore. See, that's Tim's problem.
Like
He comes in for a little bit and he leaves, not allowing him to wrap up a whole bunch of points.
Yeah, because, you know, like, he could at least be stealing other people's answers and trying to get, like, second and thirds.
Yeah. Fitzgerald says, I heard the name before, I just never watched it.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot too. No timer.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put the timer on. And we just
Outcast also guesses Tsubasa.
Ooh.
so I'll just give the timer for Tim. Okay. Well, we got an answer from Fitzjoseph. We got an answer from Outcast. So, are you gonna go with their answer, or are you gonna go with something of your own, or what? Alpha.
Actually, originally, first thing I thought was Devilman, and then the second thing I thought was Violence Jack, but that's from the 90s, and Devilman, I think that's from like the 70s. And then I like saw that the leg was like a blur, and then I did kind of see like leg high, knee high socks, and then you guys start talking, and you said you'd be surprised about how popular this genre was, and I was like, ooh, it might be sports. So I think it's Tsubasa too, from Captain Tsubasa, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, you certainly made the goal, as so did everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah, what's
It
with
is Captain Tsubasa. I don't know what's with the little
up in front
spikes
of his
the background.
face? That's throwing me off.
The what in front of his face?
Well, like, one of those spikes is kind of like his hair
A
in the
motion
back, so
blur?
maybe he just Rick kept all of them. Oh, it's his collar and the shadow of his collar. That's what it was.
Oh,
Okay.
that's yeah, that was killing me.
yeah.
That was killing me.
Because like I was like, there's one more spike than there should be. The cast shadow is there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he has a very unique haircut, so
He does,
I didn't
yeah.
see it at all because it's, it's obscured. Those spikes threw me off. I thought it was Devilman or Devil Woman or something for a second. That
Yeah,
wings.
Tsubasa got the dream of winning the World Cup after watching a FIFA finals one night, and that's basically the whole series is him trying to become the best like football player possible.
Oh, that should be really
Starts when he's,
popular
like,
this
a
year.
preteen, goes all the way through like the end.
I got the first video game for PS4. I mean, the recent video game for PS4. I didn't get the sequel. I never played it. It just looked really nice. The aesthetic, manga
Yeah.
aesthetic.
Yeah, I think all our
yes.
subtle hints there. That
Sports manga is kind of like the most popular individual genre of manga.
yeah, I think that helped everybody. Although
Yeah.
Yeah, it
that wasn't our original intent for that. I don't think. Anyways, with everybody getting a goal for round 13, let's see whether they get a goal in round 14.
Yeah, I think the main reason too is like people would assume that battle shonen is the most popular because individual most popular manga are battle shonen. But there's also a lot more sports manga. And as a category of a whole, they outsell it because there's a lot of just not popular battle shonen too.
Yeah. And I forgot to put the name on this one. So good thing you're here for this one too.
Oh yeah.
I guess it's relatability. If you're playing a sport, you kind of put yourself into the character's shoes and you want to be like that character.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
that, but a lot of people watch sports too, right? So
Yeah, but most people who watch sports play them
yeah,
or have played
Maybe a lot
them.
of people don't, but sports are kind of just like a communal thing as well. Like some people just watch them with other people. It's the thing to talk about, the thing to cheer on. It's very ritualistic.
Yeah, it's like my team versus your team, so it does build like communal spirit.
Yeah.
Fizz says battle anime as a whole. There are even some
Seinen.
seinen ones.
Yeah, and some of this has to be readjusted. There are a lot more battle seinen now than there used to be. It used to be a rarer genre when it came to popularity, but some of the most
Yeah.
popular ones now are seinen.
When I think of seinen, I think of Golgo 13.
Oh yeah.
They're really slow though. Methodical stories about like detectives and all that stuff. City Hunter seems like it would be, but it's a little too zany. It's like borderline it. It could, if it
Yeah.
like leaned into like the maturity more.
Yeah, so I definitely think this one's going to be a hard one for people. These next two are probably going to be hard, really hard. Well,
Not so sure about this one.
Yeah, it's more of like the specific silhouette that was chosen or what makes them hard.
Yeah, because there a silhouette I could have got for this one that would have made it very easy, but
Yeah.
well, I'm pretty sure it would have made it very easy.
I guess I've just seen a lot of art. As an artist, I like study everything, so it's like I got a catalog of pictures in my brain.
Fitzgerald says, "I'm not answering."
I'm also
Oh,
giving
man.
no hints on these last two either.
Yeah, same here. Not that I could give a. Well, I could give a couple hints, I think, but
Who knows if your hints would even be helpful?
Ooh.
well, for this one, I think they could be, but
Yeah, just don't steer the conversation around it.
yeah.
But I have an idea who it is. And if I'm wrong, I'll be like surprised.
Fitzgerald says he is not answering.
Oh. Anybody else answering?
No, not yet. I just see whether Outcast is going to answer or not. He's probably trying to do some research.
Hmm. Yes, mostly studying the silhouette.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of what you got to do in this is study the silhouette. Sometimes
It also
gives
helps
a-
if you actually know the character before you study the silhouette. You can
Yeah,
study it to
sometimes
death
I'll-
and be like, who is that?
Yeah. Sometimes I have to reverse search in my brain. I'm like, okay, I know what this character's from, but I don't know the character's name. Then I have to search the name of the main character.
Oh, Raul is back and says, Hira.
Ooh. That's his answer, huh?
Yeah. So,
Any other answers?
not yet. We're just waiting. Like I said, we're also waiting on Outcast. I'm pretty sure he'd still be here. Okay.
And
I
Fizz
gotta-
already he's not answering, right?
What is this symbol beforehand? Metal? Do you know? That's, like I see Outcast putting it back before. I see Fitzchozo putting it before. I think I've seen not sure
Symbol.
anybody.
Are you talking about
Looks like
the
a
kind
YA.
of oval? YA.
It's a novel for young adults.
Or an XA. I mean, in the chat, of course. Next,
I do not see the symbol in the chat that you're talking about.
okay. I'm gonna take a quick.
The only symbols I see are like the rank symbol from how often they've commented.
Hmm.
Okay.
But Fizz and Outcast have both guessed Kaneda.
Oh, really?
Oh, that is probably Google Translate trying to tell you that you can translate that obviously Japanese word or something, because that's kind of the Google Translate symbol. That's like a Japanese character and the letter A.
Okay.
Ooh. So that's all
Okay.
the answers. So
Yeah.
that's 3 answers.
Well, actually, Fitzgerald didn't guess. He says he's not answering. Raul guessed Akira, and then Outcast guessed Canada.
Well, if I had to guess, I line up with Outcast and say that is Kaneda from Akira.
Akira Canada.
Kaneda from
It's the same thing. Laugh out loud, says Raul.
Actually, it isn't.
No, it's not.
Akira's a specific entity in there. Is an esper. A very
he's a
powerful one.
character.
It is not Kaneda. They're two different things.
And is either of those guys correct?
Yes.
We'll have to see. You have to reveal it and let us know.
It is, in fact,
Raul, I believe.
Shotaro Kaneda.
Oh, so it's Outcast. That is correct.
Well, Fizz was the first one to say Kaneda.
He did? Where?
At least on mine.
Oh, that's shown. I'm
Right.
showing the top chat. I see.
Like, what? Literally one chat before Outcasts.
All I have is I see Akira from Fitzgerald said I'm not answering. Then Raul put Akira. Then Raul said he. Fitzgerald said oh.
Yeah.
I it's weird. I take my
You even showed it zoomed in on the screen too when you were showing the Google Translate and everything.
but unless,
Oh wait,
when I don't have my cursor over it, it says you have.
oh,
to me.
Fizz did answer Kaneda.
Yeah.
Oh, probably because it Google translated it. That's what that little symbol is.
Oh, it turned it Japanese.
Yeah, but for you have, I guess it's okay.
So
So
Fizz did answer.
yeah, okay,
Yeah. He was the first one in.
okay. My bad. It's like when I like I said, my thing wasn't over it. It's saying you have, so it's like to me that wasn't the right answer. It wasn't even a name, so I'm like, okay, you have what? Okay, so Fizz gets 14 first because
That's
Akira.
becoming more of a strategy.
Because
Just saying you're not going to answer.
Akira is wrong, right? So then Outcast.
Yeah, that's the problem. You only get one guess, and he gets the wrong character from the same series.
Especially when it has the same name.
Yeah, it's the actual series name.
I heard that the movie was made before it passed where the book was, so they changed the ending because of that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Akira,
yeah.
well, I don't want to spoil it, so it switches up.
Rolls, no! That's what I meant! Well,
He was so
Akira.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to know the names. Like, if you never watched it, but you recognize the silhouette, you would probably
You would
say it.
think. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking before I watched the movie.
Yeah, so. I'm not sure how to go from that round to this round, so, well, I guess let's just. He was the guy that drove the motorcycle.
Blast our way
right?
through with a space laser, we're just going to beam right down.
Ooh, Okay, I think I know who this is. That was fast.
Yeah.
Wait, ooh, ugh. I may be wrong. Wait, I've got to do. I don't. It's anime, right? Or is it manga?
Yes.
Huh? What?
That's just the answer you get. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It could
80s
be
manga or 80s anime?
either. Both.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I just needed to be positive. I didn't want to. Oh, all right. I still have the answer in my brain. I've got to debunk it or say anything though.
Raul is saying no guess at the moment. Well, he just says no guess. I'm adding at the moment. He might, if you think somebody has the right answer, he might snag it.
Yeah, I just don't actually want to give away whether it's a manga or an anime.
Oh, okay.
That's more of it.
I was
'Cause it
just
definitely was one or the other.
yeah. Because in most of these, the manga was released before the anime, but
It's not always
that
the case.
doesn't disqualify anime from being an answer in the category as long as it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That's what was confusing me for a second. So I'm going to stick with my answer.
Raul says snag time. Yes,
Oh.
but the only one, yeah, to snag a guess off of somebody. The only one you can't snag a guess off of is Alpha Proto.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike season 1. And actually, I should be looking at what I'm going to do for next week.
Next week should just be silhouettes of models of tires.
Oh, I can't get that. I'd never guess that. I
don't
wonder if
think
they're.
anybody could.
Maybe,
Yes,
I think there's some
Good.
individuals that get treads.
Goodyear
Yeah.
versus Firestorm or
Firestone.
yeah.
Yeah, but then you need like the actual tire model number. I guess there are differences.
Yep.
Hey, you know what I think we'll go
But
with
the question is, how does that show up in a silhouette? Because the shreds are just going to disappear.
Yeah.
Well, next week I think we'll do 80s video games part 2. Since we did that last season. 80s video games.
We got a bunch of guesses in here.
Actually, if it's what I think it is, there's technically 2 different answers, depending on the adaptation.
Yeah, yeah. Often is the case.
Hey, Outcast says Misa Jesus Heza. Raul says Misa.
Hayase?
And Raul says Misa. And Van Hoser Posh says, "Is that poop?" No, it's not poop.
Oh,
So with everybody's answers in, are you got an answer for us, Alpha Proto?
I have 2 different answers that are the same answer, which are potentially the right answer.
Okay.
I have the answer Lisa Hayes from Robotech and the answer Misa Hayes from Macross.
And that would be music correct.
Misa Hayase from Super
Misa Hayase.
Dimension Fortress Macross.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder it's so confusing. They took the name Misa and said, that sounds like Lisa almost.
And they took Hayase and they just went Hayes.
Hayes. Oh, they very Anglicanized it.
Yeah.
Westernized it. For a second, I
So-
thought it might have been Lala from Mobile Suit Gundam.
Well,
Then I saw the skirt.
people got that one a lot easier than I thought they would.
Oh yeah, yeah. I figured like this would actually be one of the hardest ones, but it was actually the middle of the group that stumped everyone. But it was everybody who was here. I'm sure Outcast probably would have gotten most of that if he was here.
Yeah, that's a gateway anime for a lot of people.
Yeah, I watched it. I liked it.
Yeah, it's just also like obviously everybody got it, but it's a very nondescript silhouette as well.
Well, it's the hair. I saw the hair
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I remember that hair.
I think the one that I gave Rick probably would have been harder, which was the first one that he'd found too, but then he settled on this one.
But yeah, I had to do a mental double check and I was like checking all the ridges and I was like, okay, that's like a jacket and that's a skirt. But yeah, I thought it was Lala for a second.
So next week is going to be 80s video game characters, part 2.
Revenge.
Because we did 90s. Yeah, we did not do 80s. Well, technically, it's a part 2. Yeah, it's a part 2 more because we did it in a version of it in season 1. What's with the Mario jump?
Well, you said 80s video games, right?
Yeah,
Mario's the
Mario's from
80s
the
video
80s.
games character.
Yeah, that was definitely fun. Would have been
I got
nicer
a
if
lot
some
more than I
people
thought.
would have been nicer if some people
We're
were
here on
here. Yeah. But hey, we had quite a few. I think we had a few people in. These are going a little bit longer than I thought too. It was used to be about an hour and 15 minutes. Now we're like an hour and 40, hour and a half, hour and 45
The
minutes.
conversation, the
Yeah,
reasoning.
definitely part of it. So yeah, next week is 80s video games. So I'm not sure what else to say. Anything you'd like to promote, Metal?
Yeah, I'll just drop the link to xdynamuschaos.com in the chat. It's like just the stuff I'm working on these days, including that RPG. So people can go
Yeah.
check that out.
And Alpha, anything you'd like to promote?
I'd like to promote the Silhouette game on Chester Busby's channel. The topic today. Wait, did I say Silhouette game? I mean, Drawn and
You
Quartered
did.
Fan Edition on Chester Busby's channel. Tonight's the topic is Transformers 40th anniversary.
Ooh, that's
A movie, I think. Transformers the movie. So they're drawing
We
Transformers.
actually almost put a Transformer in here just as like a fake out.
Oh wow. Oh, Jetfire technically he's
Yeah.
the Veritech from Macross. That's what I heard. At the molds and then they repurpose them to turn them into
Well,
a
also because like
Transformer.
G1 was technically one of
Cyclone.
the earliest simulcasts, right? Because it was made between both Hasbro and God, I can't remember the Japanese studio. And there
Sunrise?
was yeah, no, I don't think it was Sunrise.
Oh.
Might have been Toei actually that did it back then, but they had their own audio version that aired at the same time as ours did.
Cool.
so. I just got
So it would
page.
have counted.
I just got page 3 of the ash can for Snowdrift from Flit.
Whoa, cool.
Ooh,
That was worth the
That's
wait.
sharp.
I like the hips.
Oh, he drew a bunch of the other characters too. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, he always has a Rick has a panel. He always has a panel panel where he says, "And I have friends that help me along the way," or something like that. And then you draw the friends.
Yeah.
So it's like you're getting all these characters
The thing is, I
for
edit
the price
this,
of one.
but that never like stands out in my mind when I'm editing over these.
Well, I know that Canadian Shield said that, so I had to draw a panel with like 6 characters in it.
Yeah, and he drew all 7.
That's the only way I could interpret it though. It's like, well,
Yeah,
I guess I got
yeah.
to draw his friends.
Yeah.
I guess you said the same thing. Something similar. I met people. These are the people. It's a double page spread. That's like turn 1 page into 2 pages.
This is awesome. I just thought I had it there. I'd show it for people. Actually, I'll actually download it and then put it in.
Are those screen tones?
Maybe.
I mean, if it isn't, it looks like he made his own tone,
Wow.
which I do often myself in black and white.
Sunset.
Yeah, black and white publishing.
Snowdrift versus Sunset.
Yeah, that's so cool. Maybe I should. No, wait. Well, this works better for black and white, probably. The way he rendered the top of her. If it's going to be in color.
You know, you could always do a color hold on some of it too.
Yeah, well, I am gonna
Actually, like,
eventually
preserve the spotted black as like a tone.
Yeah, I'm gonna eventually be coloring these too. So.
Yeah, I don't know, Rick. Do you even know how to do a color hold?
What is that?
Usually does.
I'm gonna guess no.
Okay, we'll save that for now. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. Thanks Metal for coming on. Thanks for helping me get all these together. Thank every as well Alpha. Thanks for coming on as usual. Thank everybody in the chat for coming by and participating. I will. You know what? I might end up doing a show early tomorrow afternoon. Just because I got nothing else to do. I do a show for a couple hours. Maybe we'll do a high noon.
At noon?
I will probably be asleep.
High noon. It's a title. It's a show that I used to do. Basically, I just called it high noon because I came on at noon Eastern time.
Eastern time. Too early for a show.
Yeah, as a night owl, I always missed high noon because noon for him was sleep time for me.
Yeah, well, it wasn't so bad before, but now it's it's definitely worse. So yeah, and
Yeah,
thanks
like sometimes I'd catch like the last half hour or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and thanks everybody for coming out. So I'm not 100% sure I'm gonna do that, and then of course we will see everybody for sure Saturday morning, where I will be coloring up some more of Snowdrift number 2.
Early to color.
What about my request? Well, your one request of Pikachu and Batman, I already said that is going to be after I finish my He-Man series. I'll do that live in between when I do the He-Man Mario stuff and the Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. As for the other one, High Noon is usually been drawing in the past, Raul. So if you're up about that time, you can come on if you want. As for the other one of Harry Potter and Optimus Prime, that will probably be a short, small video. I will probably do that one off air, record myself doing it, and then put it up. But after I finish again my He-Man and He-Man Mario stuff. So it'll be a couple weeks for those things coming. So we'll catch you all later. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful day, night, whatever it might be for you. Love you all.